Here we have the new 2024 Chevrolet Trailblazer. This one comes in the LT trim level with front wheel drive in the beautiful fountain blue. And then we have jet black cloth interior. For the powertrain, we get a 1.3 liter turbocharged 3-cylinder engine. That's an upgrade from the standard 1.2 liter. And then we have the continuously variable transmission. But to the front end here, LED headlamps, LED daytime running lights. Love the refresh here, just getting that thinner looking front end like the new Blazers. And over here to the wheels, we get these 18-inch high gloss black aluminum wheels. Passive keyless entry on the front two doors. Then we have power door lock controls. We get one-touch automatic up and down on the driver's side window, express down for the other three windows. Power mirror controls are here. We can turn those on or off and adjust with that dial there. And then we do have a rear window lock. Headlamp controls, hood release. We get a manual tilt and telescoping steering wheel. The release is there for that. And there's our manual driver seat, so we can pump the seat up or down, adjust the seat back, or move the seat bottom. Now I have that seat up front adjusted for someone of my size, being 6'3" with longer legs. But let's go ahead and take a look at this rear seat room. Big shout out to Chevrolet Buick GMC of Murfreesboro for allowing me to review this today. I'll leave a link below in the description. But there's a leg room there, not terrible. What I do like about this is I can put my knees in the middle here, but again, not the best seating room, excuse me, but I could adjust this seat back up a little bit more because I try to have good posture while driving, so I'd probably be in good shape there. Seat back pockets both sides, great. Now we don't have any charging ports or fold down bottle holders back here. But the grab handles here, we can hang a plastic hanger hook or a metal hanger hook there. But let's go ahead and make our way towards the back. Now the sticker price for this is $27,870, and that includes the LT cold weather package as well as the driver confidence package. I'll try to leave the actual window sticker in the description so you all can take a closer look at that. But there's a look at the back end there. And everybody's just wanting to be really loud today. There's trains going, trucks with loud exhaust, and this parking lot's so full where the inventories are up that I don't have anywhere else to go to record. But there's a spare tire underneath there. We do have this side pockets here if you want to keep stuff in the back, but you don't want it rolling around the entire cargo space. Then underneath the vehicle, we do have a dual exhaust. Now coming around to the rear passenger side, we do have the option to fold these seats down for more cargo space. This is for either side. We can run longer objects from the back to the front, and then pretty easy to just lock it back into place. Just make sure that seat belt's out the way. And then to our front passenger seat, we can't pump this seat up or down, but we can adjust that seat back and that seat bottom manually there. Glove compartment, decent size actually. And then as we come around to the front end once again, gonna hit this latch. And there's that upgraded 1.3 liter turbocharged 3-cylinder. The 1.2 is the standard powertrain, but this one I believe has the option of that, and it's an extra $395. Let's go ahead and hop in the driver's seat. So we do get a nice leather wrap steering wheel here, which is heated as part of that cold weather package. So there's a horn there. Pretty simple 11-inch diagonal screen here. We get wireless CarPlay, wireless Android Auto compatibility. And then for the radio, we do get AM, FM, and XM. And then you can add your Bluetooth device as well. And to manage that, all you have to do is go in here, add phone, gives you instructions that walk you right through it. And then over here we have our trip meter, gauges, and then maintenance here. So tire pressure monitors, oil life, and then engine air filter life there. But I like this simple setup. It's a pretty screen, but it doesn't become very confusing. So language is there. You can change your units from US to metric there. Vehicle settings include teen driver, rear seat reminder. And here's our backup camera. Guidelines follow us. We turn the steering wheel. We do get that rear cross traffic alert. It's part of that driver confidence package. Volume knobs on the left side. You can click there to mute the audio, hazards. Single zone manual climate control with 3-stage heated seats as part of that cold weather package. And then a 12-volt USB-C, USB-A input. We have our snow mode there, sport mode, lane keep assist with lane departure, auto stop toggle there, and then traction control there. Now to shift the CVT, just pull the lever, reverse and neutral drive. Then you have that limiter there, and you can manually shift the revs of the CVT. So basically just call it a manual mode that you can use in that setting there. And pull up for the electronic parking brake. Press down while your foot's on the brake to release it. Center console cubby space. And there's a look at the back seat from up here. Rear vanity mirror, no lights, but it is there. Now back to the steering wheel. Blinkers are here. And when the low beams are on, we can toggle those high beams there, flash here. And then we have our windshield wiper controls, one time off, intermittent, low, high. We can adjust the intermittent setting here, and then we have a rear wiper intermittent on, off there. Push back for that rear wiper fluid, pull up for the front wiper fluid. And behind the steering wheel on the left side, we can go through our track list or radio station presets. Behind on the right side, volume up, volume down. And then cruise control can be activated there, cancel, set the speed. Forward collision alert gap is there. Again, that heated steering wheel toggle, and then mute, voice recognition. And then we have shortcuts here. So if you want to pull up your phone or pull up your audio sources, you can do that. And then if you hold this here, you can kind of pull up different gauge faces, and it'll show you your different settings on the screen itself. So gauge 2 is pretty cool, I think. I like how that one's set up. It just looks neat. But push button start. Here's the key fob with remote start. And next, let's take this 1.3 liter turbocharged 3-cylinder Trailblazer out on the road for a test drive. So starting the test drive in this Trailblazer, again, we have that upgraded 1.3 liter turbocharged 3-cylinder as opposed to the 1.2 liter. I believe the 1.2 has 137 horsepower and the 1.3 has 155. So not a huge difference, but I mean, it is a difference. So you may or may not appreciate having that little bit of extra horsepower. Now I will say both of them pull pretty well. I do feel like the 1.3, you can feel it if you're looking for it, but if you were renting one of these, you probably wouldn't be able to tell the difference whether you got the 1.2 or the 1.3, if that was your first time driving it at least. But we'll give it a pull here. So relatively quick, and for a 3-cylinder, I'd say extremely quick. And the turbocharger puts in a lot of work there. And then you do have the fuel economy when you're not putting your foot down, which is nice. Just with it being such a small displacement in terms of an engine. So 3 cylinders, a 1.3 liter, you can expect pretty good fuel economy. But the overall drivability of this is very easy. It's very easy to get used to. Obviously, it's not going to be too hard to drive. It's a smaller vehicle, but the ride quality is good. I actually enjoy the driving dynamics. It's a bit sporty in my opinion. But I mean, a turbocharger will do that for you. I'm gonna lean the seat back so we can get a better angle. And then the lane keeping assist with lane departure is a nice touch, even though we don't have adaptive cruise here. There's an option to get that. But the lane keeping system, especially on longer journeys, just keeps you in the lines for whatever reason you're not paying 100% attention or you don't notice what's going on. Now for the price point, I think this is a pretty decent buy. Now you can get a Trax a bit cheaper if having this little extra space over that is not a big deal. You can save a few thousand, but I like the looks of the Trailblazers. I like how they drive, especially with a 1.3 liter, the upgraded engine at least. It's nice to have that too. And then this one, just having the driver confidence package, is another added plus. And I really think that makes this more of a bargain than you would expect, especially in today's market. And surprisingly, I don't know what it is, but these hold their value very well compared to everything else that's kind of dropped off as the auto market is kind of done its thing and then tried to settle back down a little bit. These are still hard to come by, and they're still coveted among consumers as a whole. And I think the big reason is they feel like, let's say a Chevy Blazer, you feel like you're up higher, but when you're driving this, you feel like you're driving a Mini Cooper. So the driving dynamics, again, are just easy to get used to. You're not scared to drive this, but if you want power and you put your foot to the floor, it'll go. But for the 98% of the time that you don't need that, you're getting 30 miles per gallon at least. On the highway, I should say. And the updated infotainment system is nice. Again, it's simple. I like that, unlike in the GMC Canyons, you have this screen, but you still have a knob to turn your lights on or off. You don't have to use a screen there, because that is a hassle. And I just feel like you get the best of both worlds here. The infotainment screen, pretty modern, it's a touch screen, but then your AC controls for those who like buttons and knobs, all of that is still down below here. You have a typical shifter. And it's modern without being too much, I think. But I expect these to sell like hotcakes, as they've been doing the past few years since GM introduced it. And with that being said, this will bring me to the end of my review of this 2024 Chevy Trailblazer in the LT trim level.